But is it safe to say that nowadays with this streaming era, that numbers lie like a motherfucker?
You can't believe shit. I'm sorry, dude. You can't believe nothing these days, man. It's real hard to believe your lying eyes and ears. Everything is digitized, which makes it manipulatable. Um, they've busted people for doing less. I mean, when you got bots overseas, you got phone farms where people are just buying streams, buying likes, buying whatever the case may be. How can you trust that? It's not even. It's not. There's no way to stop it. You know, the song was hot. It was cool, but is it all that? Yes, you can. You can convert anything. You can rewire anything to do anything you want to, whether it be Siri, Amazon, whatever the case may be. It can be rewired. It can be rerouted to something else. Is it suable? I don't think so. I think they're wasting money because you are in the frontier of technology that has not been regulated. So what law did he really break? There's no law saying he can't use a bot. There's no law saying he can't do what he's doing. What laws are you breaking? You know, all these new ways of getting over are okay as long as they're on your side of the fence. That's like having that badass, crazy ass dog that's in the gate with you. When he bites your ass, now you want to put him to sleep. Same thing, folks. People been accused of drinking the same kind of shit also. This ain't nothing new. But now that it's biting you in the ass, now you want to cry foul. Can't cry foul. You can. I don't see the lawsuit going nowhere. How do you prove that? You gonna go in what's it? Summons all the records from various. Nah, they ain't gonna give you all that shit. Nah, they're not gonna get it. You subpoena who you want to. You ain't getting shit. I don't see that happening, Doc. So yeah, no, man. No. Nope.
Okay. Let's talk about. Yeah. I want to talk about your time in the business back in the day versus today with the streaming and things like that. Now, let's talk about. We're gonna jump into payola. We've talked about payola in the past, but we'll get there slowly. But, back in the day, is it true that first week sales, which was everything to an artist, first week sales were based on how many records shipped, not how many records were bought?
Right. You got paid based on what you got your positioning on the charts based on what shipped. Now, here's the trick. The record business is 100% refundable. You can ship 2 million records, and all of them come. If all of them come back, you gotta get them. You won't get paid. Put it that way. And that's one of the problems with the record industry. You can ship gold, platinum, don't make no difference. If that shit doesn't sell through to the general public, you get that shit in the back of your docks, and you got to restock that shit. Now they call themselves being slick by introducing SoundScan back in the late 80s, early 90s. They had SoundScan. SoundScan, when they first came out with barcodes were on the back of your records. You bleep, bleep, bleep. And every one of those records that was sold was getting counted at the record company. And that was another way how they certified you gold through SoundScan. But everybody didn't. Only the majors used SoundScan in the beginning. So none of our records ever had barcodes on them. We didn't get them till late in the game. So, and even with that, they was cheating. How I know? I know the cheaters. And what they would do, they give you you shipped you so many records, then them free goods that you were the 10% free goods, they may send you an extra 100 records, an extra 200 records that you can scan. You can scan them. Well, you wasn't supposed to scan them because they had holes in them, but you scan your records that you got in the store, and then you sell the ones with the holes in the barcode. But you still got credit. Okay? The record game ain't no joke. and people would pay people to scan records, just like they would do with the video show. They would video jukebox. They would pay people to go on video jukebox and just keep ordering the video over and over again, and that would block anybody from even getting the video played. So if you got if you got somebody doing the videos, you got somebody doing the scamming on the sound scan, you can run some shit, especially if you're a big boy. If you're a major player, you can run some shit, and that's what brought all that shit down was the sound scan and the video jukebox all came tumbling down because it all came under a form of payola.
Now, before that, going back 40s, 50s, 60s, whenever, people would visit radio stations and offer certain favors, maybe, I don't know, put some white stuff on a table and pass it along and say, hey, play this record. When did that stuff start to get regulated?
It was always regulated, but it just wasn't enforced because who was going to enforce it? Back then, man, you might have 3,000-4,000 radio stations around the country. You had your P1s and your P2s. It was less P1s. P1s like it was your big stations like WBLS in New York, the Wave, shit like that here on the West Coast. Then you had small stations like KGFJ and all these other stations, W this, W that. And like I said, we spent time in cornfields because the land was so flat, the signal may not be that powerful, but there was nothing to block it. So you get a radio station in the middle of a cornfield that would go from cover most of Texas and a good chunk of Louisiana and Mississippi. Because if there's nothing to block it, you had a clear signal. So by having that, people would create radio stations. It was cheap. It was not that expensive, and you could make your money. And especially if you was an independent, you made most of your money off of shit like payola, because now you cover the market. And especially you work on independents like us, because we don't have a whole lot of money, so we either give you something that you like, or give you some records that you can sell to your independent distributor to make the shit happen. Oh, it was a cold game. It was a much more fun game, but it was a cold game.
Now, regarding payola, I mentioned the white powdery substance earlier, but regarding payola, what are some of the little tricks that music executives or music salesmen would do to get their record played over someone else's?
Man, they would